Hi, Lauren.
Hi.
Thank you for coming in to see me today. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what brings you in today?
I have just been dealing with a lot of anxiety, stress, I think fear really a lot too. I'm in my last year of grad school, and I am also working and doing an internship as part of the requirements for the degree. And so I just feel like I have too much on my plate. Um, and especially I started my internship several weeks ago, and I just have a lot of fears and anxieties about it.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like you have a lot going on right now. Can you tell
Yeah.
me a little bit more about what that looks like for you?
Yeah, like throughout the week, I teach fitness classes. I am a teacher for a child's music company, so I sing to babies. That's really fun. But then I'm also taking therapy clients. I'm supposed to take referrals and do consultations, and then also do full hour sessions with clients for my internship. I'm in two different courses in school. One of them is like a 7 week long course. It's just kind of the regular course. And the other one is with the internship. It kind of runs alongside the internship. And so I have assignments and all sorts of stuff for both of those courses. And I also am the lead singer of a rock band that plays around the city. And I just threw my best friend a baby shower, and like I'm just been doing a lot, and I feel like I have a lot of responsibilities, and and I'm responsible to a lot of people for all these different things, and I don't want to let them down.
Wow, it does sound like you have a lot on your plate right now. I heard that you're feeling a lot of anxiety and fear right now. I just want to do a quick little exercise with you. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being like the worst anxiety you've ever felt, and 10 being like the best, almost like there's no anxiety at all. Where would you rate your anxiety on a scale from 1 to 10?
I've been at like a two, a one or a two lately. I've been really anxious. Like I can't recall a time in my life where I've really felt in my body like more anxious than I feel right now and lately.
Wow. Okay, so a 2, that's pretty tough, right? That's a lot of anxiety.
Mhm.
What do you think is gonna bring you from a 2 to a 3? Is there anything that you can think of that might make that anxiety a little bit less?
Yeah, I think like having more experience in my internship, and also I need a supervisor at my internship. Um I sort of have like a field supervisor, but I need like a task supervisor that I'm going to actually see weekly. I really need that. I
Okay.
think that would be like that's something that is like the bare minimum of what I'm needing right now to feel less anxious.
Yeah, so having an actual established supervisor for your clinical stuff would really be a big relief for you.
Yeah,
Um,
guidance, support.
Definitely. So, what would bring you from a 3 to a 5? What do you think would take for that to be a 5?
To be a five. Um, well, I'm starting several new things out right now. So I think I would just need to be like settled, not being in this like transition, because I just started teaching at a new fitness studio. I'm starting actually this week. And so I've had to like work on putting together a whole like class and like planning all this stuff for them as well. And so I think like just being settled in a routine and not in this like transition phase in my life, um, feeling more secure.
Yeah, having a consistent, stable routine for yourself, just so that
Yeah.
you don't feel so all over the place.
Yeah,
Um,
because with my internship, like my hours are all over. I'm working, like all sorts of different hours every week. It's not like a set schedule yet.
yeah.
So I'm really lacking a routine.
Yeah, I'm sure that must be so tough on you. I know that this might be a little hard to imagine, but what would your life look like if you were a 10 and had no anxiety?
Um, I would sleep in. I would take a bubble bath. I would spend some time with my husband, with my cat. I would make plans with my friends. I would call my parents and talk to them for a longer period of time and really get to catch up.
Mhm.
Um, I would still sing because that always makes me happy.
Okay. So I'm hearing a lot of like if you were a 10 and you weren't feeling anxiety, you would have more time to do self-care and talk with family and friends and really
Mhm.
have more of a social life. Does that sound right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm a social person, so I think that's something I miss when I just don't have as much time.
Yeah, you value that social connection with others. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to try another exercise with you just to see what your answer would be. So
Okay.
I want you to imagine that you go to sleep tonight, right? And
Hmm.
throughout the night, your problems disappear. And you wake up the next morning and you don't have anxiety anymore. All your problems are gone. What would
Yeah.
be the first clue that would tell you that your anxiety is gone?
My alarm clock would never go off. I would be able to just wake up and have slept and felt really great. And then I would have gotten good sleep. So I would feel like well rested and I would wake up without needing any kind of alarm clock.
Okay. What would be the next clue?
Um, I would check my phone and I wouldn't have this like overwhelming sense of anxiety over what I'm about to read there. A lot of times, like I'll pick up my phone first thing and I'll have like an email or a text or something that sends my anxiety level just like straight up. But if everything was great, then I would just roll over and look at my phone and I wouldn't be worried about what was going to be on it.
Okay. So far it sounds like you would be very at ease. There wouldn't be anything, on your phone for you to be stressed about. You'd be well rested and you wouldn't have to be stressed about being up at a certain time. So after
Yeah.
checking your phone, what would be the next clue that would tell you that you're not, your anxiety is gone?
So I think I would really, I'd feel it in my body because I've been feeling the anxiety so much in my body. Like my shoulders wouldn't feel as tight, my neck wouldn't feel that tension that it often feels. I would feel less jittery. I would feel more just at peace in my body. Um, yeah, without a bunch of tension and anxiety and stress.
Yeah, so your body would be more relaxed and you would feel less
Yeah.
sore and tense.
Hmm.
So, as you move on throughout your day, right, would there be
Hmm.
any other clues that would tell you that your anxiety's gone?
Yeah, I would be able to get a new client referral and maybe be even excited about it, like instead of sort of dreading it.
Yeah.
Um, and I would I'd still have time to sing and spend time singing. I would spend plenty of time with my husband. We would like get to go out on a date, go somewhere fun in our neighborhood, maybe see some of our friends.
Yeah. So it sounds like a lot of self-care stuff and
Yeah.
being excited about work and being excited about school. Um,
Yeah, exactly. Because right now I feel so much anxiety, but I would love to like feel excitement about it.
yeah, definitely. Um, so in the past week or maybe even more, has there ever been a time where you didn't feel this anxiety so intensely?
Yeah, on Saturday morning, I didn't have anywhere to be like immediately. I didn't have anywhere to be till kind of later in the day. Um, and I got to sleep in, and my cat was like really snuggly, being super, super affectionate and cute. And yeah, I was just really happy.
Yeah. Would you consider your cat to be a coping skill?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he's definitely an emotional support animal.
Okay. Were there any other times in the past that you can think of where they were almost like exceptions to the anxiety? Maybe you experienced a moment where you weren't feeling so anxious.
Yeah, when I'm on stage, I really feel like I kind of can let go of a lot of that. And I guess I feel a different kind of anxiety when I'm on stage, but it's like a positive, helpful kind of anxiety for the performance.
Yeah.
And so I really enjoy doing that. And like it always kind of seems like a release from that anxiety for just like a period of time because our shows are normally 3 or 3.5 hours.
Okay.
So I get like a good little chunk of time, at least on those Saturday nights where I can feel a little bit more carefree.
Yeah, I know throughout the session today, you've identified a lot of things that you like to do for self-care, but it sounds like singing is like one of your biggest ones. You really value that one, and that's something that you do a lot of. Um,
Yeah, it's like it makes me who I am, really.
yeah. So I just want to ask you, how often do you do the singing? Is that a daily thing, or is that just like a weekend thing?
So I sing with my band pretty much just on the weekends because we're all adults with like jobs, and so we would love to just play in a rock band all the time, but that unfortunately isn't reality. And so we do get to do that on the weekends a lot, and then I sing to babies for my part-time job that I have throughout the week as well. And that's really fun. It's with a different band, like different band members, but like it's ages 3 months to 3 years, and so they're really, really cute. And that also just is a form of self-care for me. Just being around the babies is wonderful, but then the singing as well.
Yeah. So would you consider the time that you get to spend singing and the time that you get to spend at your part-time job, would you consider that to be an escape for your anxiety?
Yeah, for the most part. Sometimes my job can have like other anxiety producing elements to it, but a lot of the time, yeah, it can be anti-anxiety for me.
Yeah. What are some other things that you do in your daily life that you think bring you some relief from anxiety?
I do try to prioritize self-care. I think sometimes I will end up knocking it down a few pegs in order to prioritize other things. But I really I write stuff down in my planner, like when I want to spend some time taking a bath, when I want to really, I don't spend even some time doing like a deep breathing exercise, go on a walk, things like that. And I use this app called Finch, which helps me like set self-care goals and accomplish that.
Wow, I really love that you have an app for that. That's really smart because you can almost track, what you're doing for yourself on a daily basis.
Yeah,
It's
and it tracks like my moods and everything too. So it is helpful. I'm getting a lot of information and help from that.
Yeah, I definitely think that's great. And you sounds like you have a lot of different coping skills that you're able to use when you're really anxious. Um, is there anything else that you think we could work on to identify like any solutions to the anxiety that you're feeling?
Well, I definitely think that like when you asked earlier what would take my anxiety down just like one notch or improve it just like by one number, it's support. It's having support and it's having guidance. So I think that's like a first step for me is to really get the supervision that I need in my internship and I be an advocate for myself so that I can get that because without that I am not going to be even like able to move to that next rung because I'm still just feeling really unsupported, lost in a way.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And I think it's really great that I were able to go back to the scaling question that I asked you. I think it's really good for, just to focus on bringing yourself from a 2 to a 3 instead of trying to get
Yeah,
yourself all the way to a 10 immediately. That way you're taking baby steps towards being able to deal with your anxiety better. Um,
yeah.
what are some ways that you think you can advocate for that supervision?
Um, I think so I had a meeting with like the field supervisor who oversees the whole organization last week, but it wasn't really like it wasn't supervision. It wasn't about my clients and their cases. It was more about the organization and their policies. And she did say that I would be connected with a supervisor, and she said hopefully by the end of this week. So I didn't love the way that that wasn't super committed, but I did I do I am hopeful at least that she will. And so I have a reminder set in my phone where if I don't have hear anything from her about who my supervisor is, I'm going to really make sure that I get that. And I do have a meeting with an administrative person in the company on Thursday too. So I'm going to make the case to her as well that I really need supervision in order to ethically serve my clients.
Yeah. It sounds like you're already making a lot of the right steps to get supervision established for you. You had meeting already about, when a supervisor should be available to you, and you already have a meeting
Yeah,
set up with an administrative person. So it sounds like you're already working towards bringing yourself up to that three, which is really amazing. So
thanks. I'm trying.
yeah. So I just wanted to commend you because you did a really great job today of identifying all these, strengths and solutions that you can, start working towards. And I wanted to thank you as well for coming in to see me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, so if you're comfortable with it, I would like to look into scheduling a session with you maybe next week or the week after, if that sounds good.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
awesome.
great.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. I'll see you next time.
All right, bye.